Hi guys, today I will tell you the story about the material that will be in the history books in the future. It is the scotch-taped graphite, named the Wonder Material, produced and identified in 2004, the graphene. Since this day, world went crazy. Europe has invested 1 billion euro into graphene, but for what? 6 years into an ambitious 10 years research project, experts weigh in on whether the graphene flagship can help the Wonder Material make it through the Valley of Death. Manchester, England, in October 2015, the arrival of Chinese President Xi Jinping. He was in the provincial city not visiting the famous soccer team, but to see the UK's new National Graphene Institute, a publicly funded $19 million dedicated to research and commercialize of carbon nanomaterials. The BGI is jointly funded by the Beijing municipal government and social capital funds with $320 million as registered capital and about 20 million RMB invested each year. Volta Explorer and Nano Explorer, each contributing $4 million. Graphene's oversubscribed funding grant of $84.5 million. Gerdau is a Brazilian company, $10 billion. Paragraph raised 16 million pounds. Versarium acquired the assets and IP on CVD productions for 4.34 million pounds. Graphene Lab in South Korea with strategic investments on 1.93 million pounds. There is probably much more money flowing into graphene research that we do not know or even will never know. But will it help to make the world better one? I don't think so, because we are too greedy and we don't want to share the knowledge and resources. But I am here not to judge the world. I am here to ask you for help. 7 years ago I introduced on my channel graphene super flexible conductive waterproof. And what happened? Just nothing. Maybe it's my fault, I don't know, but at that time it would help me a lot if anybody would come visit me. This material was done from the inflating graphite, very light graphite dust, the one that I cannot acquire anymore nowhere, and I am not able to do it by myself. And it cannot be done with within home environment. But someone did deliver it to me, and I just starting experimenting and just put this floating graphite dust into very high concentrating H2O2, about 70%, and guess what? Nothing happened. That is the clue. Nothing can happen without any action. Many people did make contact with me, and many tried this way, and all of them failed, because it is impossible to do it with standard graphite. Even if you will exfoliate the graphite and it won't be exfoliated properly, you will always fail with high H2O2, above 60% H2O2, always. But let's reassume that you have very high quality floating graphite It's easy to check it because if you got half of the jug and you shake it, it should pump up to the top and stay there for a few seconds before floating down. You fill the floating graphite with H2O2, leave it for a day, then microwave it, then pour the water into it, then you're taking out the graphite or graphene, that is superior quality graphene. It has almost zero resistance, it conducts above any scale, it's flexible, it is not strong, it is quite fragile, but it works very well. When you will start producing this kind of graphene, I will visit you probably first and buy from you a hell of it, because I tested it already and it behaves extremely well with water and metallic sodium turned into the liquid. It's hard to explain, but what you see in here is just the superior quality battery. So if you would like to help me, the best way would be to find the company that sells this superior quality floating graphene in China and give me contact or just visit me with the bag of graphite and we will start production on the way. So good luck with the research and see you soon, Chinese or another men or people from around the world. Bye for now.
Energy batteries and supercapacitors. The material has unique properties for energy use, but mass producing it is hard as it tends to degrade after exposure to the environment. A team led by Shenpei Kang, a professor with Southwest China's Guangxi University, used a method called resin pyrolysis, which churns out three-dimensional porous graphene powder. They catalyze resin with nickel at low temperatures before putting it into a high-temperature stove.
Look, it inflates as I shake it. Because it has many pores, the air suffuses it. Later it settles again.
The three-dimensional graphene powder costs just 2,000 yuan or around $300, and this is just a quarter of the cost of two-dimensional graphene. The pilot factory could produce 1.5 tons a year, and a larger factory under construction is expected to produce 15 tons annually.